Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, you're on the panel as Blue Star and Bridge. Evening, gents.
Evening, Oxchair, evening, Bridgeman, evening, Fox, and evening, all the bears in the lobby and all the bluebells out there.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel here? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you, Bridge?
Excellent, pal, thank you. And yourself, given the circumstances?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. Not bad at all. How are you, Blue Star?
Aye, I'm fine, Oxchair, yourself?
Not bad, mate, not bad.
Good.
Who were at Fox, Bridge?
God, tell everybody. Go and see it.
Well, he was saying to me earlier on the day, he says, I fancy that Ted Bundy movie. I says, what? He says, it's a romantic comedy.
Ted Bundy.
I said, Fox, come on, sort yourself
out. Ted Bundy.
Like, people think I'm jesting, Blue Star, but you've heard some of the things he comes away with.
That's a good one.
Brilliant.
Huh?
Brilliant. Why do you like that enough?
Just to a wee shout out with the pleasure of talking to the boy, the Staunchness, last night after the show. Pushing the show on Twitter, doing a role for us, and we'd like to thank him. And it was really nice to chat to him last night, but seems like a really, really good bear.
That sounds good right enough, doesn't it?
I know you're a big fan of the Twitterati, Bridge.
In fact, Ronald Bell said to me in the lobby, hey, Bridgeman, you're getting famous on Twitter. You should get patented. Well done, Ronald Bell, well done.
Remember, when you're at port, when you're on the trips, you have to get me a fridge magnet for every place you go, mate. You know the rules. You know
Love
the
it.
rules. You
Love
know
it.
The rules. I'm just going to take us a wee walk down memory lane. 11 years ago today, get yourself in mute and just think back.
A week before England heads for Russia, Scotland will head for England to face the Russians. It'll be Walter Smith against Dick Advocaat. And Nacho Novo was the man who finally drove them there. And these heroes, look at him, Whittaker's in tears. Whittaker's in tears, that's how much it means. These heroes will be aiming to bring a European trophy back to Scotland for the first time since Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen 25 years ago. For the second time in 3 years, there is British interest in both major European finals. And Paul Prandelli, Jim, a word from you.
Stunning. I must admit, I thought Fiorentina would pull off the victory tonight. But when you look at the sides left in Rangers' wake now, it's incredible. Panathinaikos, Werder Bremen, Sporting Club of Portugal, and now Fiorentina for Rangers to get all the way to the final. It is incredible. For sheer will, for sheer stubbornness, all you can ask of a manager is that he gets the best out of what he's got. Now, not only has Walter Smith managed to do that, he's found a way of getting by in Europe, and it is an incredible achievement. You've got to applaud them. Stunning.
Well, in the year 2000, Dick Advocaat with Rangers won the domestic treble. It is Dick Advocaat with Zenit St. Petersburg who stands in the way of Walter Smith and potentially a quadruple. It is still on. It is still on. He has 6 more games in the Premier League, win most of those.
Doesn't seem like 11 years ago, gents, does it?
No, it certainly does not.
Bridge?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Sometimes it just seems like yesterday. But then I think to myself, like 6 years ago we were in a very bad place. So just 5 years before that we were in the finals of the Europa League. It's just It's just quite incredible, the turnaround in our club in a very, very short number of years. Very short. But, yeah.
Life is a roller coaster, Blue Star, and we've been true to my word. Follow, we will. European finals, we follow. Breaking hedges, we follow. They can't accuse us of being glory hunters,
Definitely no. We follow no matter what.
So are we the last Scottish team to play in a European final then?
Yes. Yeah. It was a bit of a feat. My memories of the game, I watched it behind the sofa.
We were under the cosh for long periods, weren't we?
When Big Kuzan gets sent off, I was more annoyed when he gets sent. It was like petulance, wasn't it? From memory, and I thought, oh, he's blew this for us, and I was really annoyed. And then we go to penalty kicks, and you're just praying. And the nerves, I don't think. Well, you think back, maybe the semi-final at Hampden, when fortunately been at Lodz, but I don't think I've ever been so nervous at penalty kicks as I was that night. Bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, those penalty kicks seem to go on and on and on and on. It was just incredible. It reminded me of that semi-final against the Hibs, against the Tims at Hampden, when we beat them in penalties, and I think we had about 3 extra penalties or something. It just kept going on and on and on. It's like somebody's adding time on or something to the game, you know, quite incredible. But that night, it's just, you were right. You can be behind the seat and wonder what the hell's happening. Oh dear, heartbreaking.
It wasn't heartbreaking. It was nerve-wracking. But then it was absolutely euphoria. Do you know where you watched it, Blue Star?
I think I watched it in Edinburgh, if I remember right.
Right. Okay. All right. Enjoy it.
Well, as I say, we were under the cosh. It was pure delirium once we knew we were through to the final, wasn't it?
Yeah, incredible. What a relief, What a relief.
Before that, it was we were under the cosh, and as you say, when Big Daniel get sent off, it was biting the fingernails time. But we done well to come through it.
And we done it. It was a great feat. I don't think, obviously, we'd have liked to have won and won it. We'll not talk about the final, but but some great results in the way through, you know, and obviously we done them on penalty kicks, nothing each over 2 games.
Yep.
And there's some decent players, and that team just had a will about them. They were unlucky, mate. I don't think they ever got the credit they were due.
No, definitely not. And again, the establishment never done us any favours with the amount of games that we had in such a short period of time at the end up, did they?
What would the Dutch FA done for Ajax?
Exactly.
I liked the Dutch's manager's comeback right enough. I thought that was quite good. Don't know if you've seen that. Did you see that, Bridge?
What was that one? Boxchair? I just missed it.
Ajax get an unfair
Ajax get
an unfair advantage with having the time off, and he says, "Well, we only get 10 million for your TV deal, so you've got an unfair advantage."
Yeah.
No, I liked that one. I liked the comeback, but ultimately, obviously, it was the right thing to do to support the tour to Japan, Bridge. You know, we had to do it for the good of Scottish football.
You know that God forgive us, but that shocking club over there side of the city, just every other year they come away a whole load of tripe, you know, just tripe, and the authorities just fall for it.
Obviously, Phil O'Donnell they'll need to put a statue of him up because they cancelled again because they were so heartbroken, and then one of their all-time greats died, they carry on as normal. But that's another story. But we had to that tour of Japan. It was really important for Scottish football, Postara.
Aye, very. I mean, it was there was a lot at stake, wasn't there?
But it was not even that long ago, guys. We were having a special dispensation so they could go and play a big game in America. You know, for a couple of seasons they got at the start of the season. So they were always, shall we say, one game in hand. You're like, wait a minute, what about the league? You're not supposed to play your league games. No, we're away playing a big game in America, so we get £1 million out of it. Aye, right. They don't think you do that anymore anyway. Just great, just disgraceful.
Yep.
Sorry, I sound as if I'm ranting. I don't mean to be.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or where else can they join us, Blue Star?
On Skype at Rangers Radio Online, and Fox will certainly bring you in.
Yeah, he will. Old Fox. He'll bring you in. Be good to hear people's memories of that night. Or people's memories are what's happening at the moment. Obviously, the day we announced the signing of the young boy Hasty. One for the future, Bridge. I know you've got your views on Scottish football, but let's park that and say we've signed a bit of potential there.
Well, he looks a good player. He played well against us. He had a good, at least half a game against us. He played quite well and got himself through and gave our defence a wee bit of hard time with his skills. No doubt about it. He's a good player, young laddie, and you can see it. I'm happy to go through the rules and do what we're doing, and I don't mind doing it in the Scottish League. If we've got to pay a development fee to them, you pay the development fee. That's not an issue at all. We're doing the right thing. We're getting them, in my opinion, we're getting them pre-contract, and that's fine. There's a development fee involved, so we have to pay it. I'm happy with that. But you know how I feel about having to actually go into the transfer market out with Scottish teams? Sorry, not for me. That's all. So that's parked.
We're signing potential. I don't know if he'll be ready for the first team, but we'll see what it takes us, Blue Star.
Absolutely. Being perfectly honest, Doc, sir, I can't really comment on the boy. I really haven't seen enough of him. But then again, I trust for manager, and I can honestly say I've seen more of him than what I've seen of Kamara, and we know what's happened with Kamara. So I've every faith in my manager. But I mean, he's really only a young kid. He looks as though he's got a bit about him. And that's what we've got to do now. We've got to try and pick up the best players that are kind of going about, especially if they're young, because that's what you're signing. You're signing potential, and even if he doesn't make it with us, and he's got to go elsewhere. Well, at least you're getting a fee for him, you know. But hopefully he does. By all intents and purposes, for what I'm reading, most pundits, etc., seem to think the boy's got it. So here's hoping.
Well, he was allegedly the best player, youngster-wise, when he came back from Alloa. So he was playing really well at Alloa allegedly, and Robinson put him in, and he's had a tremendous last 6 months there from the new year on until the Rangers got a hold of him. And so that Robinson's saying that he'll probably tell you he's the worst player in the world now that he's signed for Rangers, but no, he sings his praises. Great player, great wee player.
We're taking a punt. You don't know. And there'll be an argument for people we've got to shoot the talent in our academy. But if you see somebody that's going to enhance that or improve it, you've got to go for it, Blue Star. Eh?
You have to, Ox, and that's what it's all about. It's all about progress, and we all know that if you've got a half decent squad of players, you need experience and you need youth coming through. So if you're picking up the kind of best that's available in youth, then that's the way to go forward. In years gone by, we had, let's be honest, the big two were always kind of trying to snap up the best kind of players. But even more so now, if we're picking up players where they are in youth, it can only be good for our club, because hopefully you're getting the best out of them, and you've got a right few seasons on. They can get a right few seasons under their belt playing for our club, and that's what we have to do. You have to try and snap up the best talent available. So yeah, for me it's a good move, and here's hoping that the young guy can kick on and be a good Ranger.
It's a ruthless game when you're trying to get on in football, Bridge. Bridge. Oh, Here he comes.
Hello, pal. I seem to get cut off there. What did you say?
It's a ruthless game, football.
Oh, yes,
Take your
absolutely.
way in it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And this young lad, a big step up quality-wise from a club perspective. He's going to come into a really huge club and all the benefits that go with a huge club. And I hope he looks after himself, makes sure he plays his game right and looks after his body right and all the rest of it. And he could be a star. 5 years' time, he could be an absolute out-and-out star, that boy, for sure. I've watched a few of the highlights, and he's cutting in for the right wing, cutting into the left and hammering the ball. Just things that we actually desperately keen on. High balls, ball coming in, screamers, Love it. Just love it. I like to see that. Excuse me.
Somebody cutting in for the left and battering one with the right left foot.
Coming in for the right, hitting his left, sorry. Did I say left and left? I didn't mean it like that.
Young Middleton last night, that was a peach blue star, wasn't it?
That was an absolute belter, that was. I mean, quite frankly, no keeper in the world would have saved that, because the pace that he hit it, and it was smack right in the corner of the stance, and it was an absolute cracker. Beautiful goal.
And that's Mike G. Hamlin, he's got a chance as well. Middleton, I've been critical. I think he's learning his trade. I thought he was okay on the ball, nice finisher. Bit of one-trick pony, but learning the game. My problem was, and I think the manager's seen it, he wasn't doing enough out of possession, and they've took him away and they're building his game. I think they're getting it right with a young boy.
Totally agree. And that's sort of do with our coaching staff. So, you've got to show them where they're doing things wrong, and hopefully they learn. And if they learn, it can only be good for our club, and that's the way we've got to go. We've got to try and we've got a few experienced pros now, but we've got to be bringing through youth to kick us on. And as I say, the 2 goals, he took them well, but that one in the corner, that was just an absolute peach.
He scored some good goals as well for the first team. But
yeah,
he has done that. But he had maybe a good spell, maybe 3 or 4 games. He was getting a start, and he was doing quite well. And then he seemed to fade a wee bit, and maybe the manager dropped him or pulled him out, whatever. Maybe get a wee knock. I don't know. But the youngsters, sometimes they've got to be babied at times, And other youngsters just come in and they just fly right through and become world rated stars, It's just a sin when you kind of get them to do the things right, innit? But that boy Middleton, wonderful left foot, wonderful shooting ability. You saw him getting through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper a couple of times and just couldn't finish, for the first team. So maybe the nerves get to him, I don't know.
No, I think he's getting there. I think, as I said, I think the coaching staff are getting it right. He's just not quite ready, but if he improves, he's got a chance.
Yeah, I have to agree with that,
yeah. So what's the number, Blue Star, if people want to join us?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
Well, they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Foxy will bring him in, look after him. He's a nice guy, Fox.
Big Ted Bundy fan, but...
Ted Bundy, yeah, the romantic. Is that Ted Bundy, the romantic?
Romantic comedy. I can't believe it.
A rom-com. A rom-com with Ted Bundy. Oh, Foxy, what a shocker.
What a man. What a man.
What a shocker that Foxy is.
We'll see. Congratulations to the young boy, yeah? Congratulations to him for signing for this day, the boy hasty, yeah?
Absolutely, because I'm quite sure he would have had quite a few offers in. And it's not just about money for some of these kids. They've got to look at it and say, well, do I think I can make it there? And he obviously has faith in his own ability, and he's looking at it and he must say to himself, well, I think I'm good enough, I can break in there. And that's part and parcel of the game now. It's not just about your ability. As I've said a million times, it's having the expectation of wearing our shirt and playing in front of big, massive crowds. So Aye, the very fact he's done it, then he must think he's got a good chance. So here's hoping it. And as I say, the very fact our management team have earmarked him and went for him, then as I say, I look at the Kamara one. I don't think any of his Ox really knew much about that boy at all. And he's
I didn't think he was that type of player, mate. I did not think he was that polished. If that makes
definitely
sense.
Neither did I. And he's took us always surprised. So here's hoping the signs are good. And here's
in YouTube bridge, yeah.
Yeah, the boy Kamara. I think what's his name, Neil McCann, couldn't speak highly enough of him. And if you watched him before, as you say, cups on YouTube and things like that, but even watching the highlights of some of the games, you could see there was something there. It wasn't wonderful because he was playing with Dundee. But you look at him in that Rangers team now, and among players who you could say are the same stature or maybe better than him slightly. But the truth is, he's shining. He's shining like a beacon. Absolutely shining. Absolutely wonderful to watch. All round about me in the Copeland there, there's nobody got a bad word to say about him. We have bad words when they make bad passes, if you follow what I mean. Get waking up, you know, that kind of thing. But in general, I'm saying that in general, it's very rare you see him doing anything wrong. And if he does, he tries to make up for it. And people just love that. They just love it. He's playing really, really well. And I really wish him all the best. He needs to come back next season and do the same thing again, of course, and make us richer. And talent, that is.
And if he becomes more familiar and his game improves by 10%, what a player we've got in my hands, Blue Star.
Oh, definitely. And the one thing you do notice about him, Ox, his head's always up. He's always looking to put through a through pass. He's very, very aware. His awareness on the park great because he's watching what all the rest of the players are doing and where they're running, and that's where he's trying to put the ball. And as Bridgman says there, he's got a terrific habit that at any time he does put a pass astray, he's straight after the bloke right away to get the ball back. And I love to see that in a player.
When you say head up to the old centre half, they start looking at aeroplanes, you know what I mean?
Well, what a shocker you are. But you know, if I'm being I love playing centre half. I love reading the game, and I loved watching the good players in my own team. And I've played with some really good players, as most of us have in our own teams. But really and truly, watching them playing football, they might not read the game the same because I see it. Well, where I was anyway, I see a different game. You know?
Aye.
Yeah. But you could shout to them and tell them what to do and things like that. And if any of them listen, it became really good, you know, because they were smashing players. And I love to watch it like that. Love to watch midfielders. A good midfielder is worth his weight in gold. And I mean a good midfielder. So it was a steal. Yeah, that's what that boy is.
A steal. I mean, what is he, 23, Blue Star?
I think he's just turned 23. Yeah. So I mean, he's still a baby, really, because he don't think he's played a lot of first team games, has he?
He's an internationalist.
Yeah, aye. But I mean, you can see the boys get class. There's no doubt about it. And as I say, he's only going to get better. He's been an absolute steal.
All right. So they announced the people who's up for the Player of the Year awards in Scotland. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that, lads?
Yeah.
Seen it, yep.
3 out of 4 are Rangers players, and one of them's a loanee. Were you surprised?
Absolutely. I was stunned when I heard it. Because we spoke a wee bit about it a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking. For me, Morelos is the best player in the country by a long way. For me, by a long way. Best overall footballer, brilliant. And I didn't think they would pick him. And I wondered why other players couldn't see past this, the shit that's going on about him with the way that he's being treated by, shall we say, other teams. Can get targeted. Well, that's tactics. And the other ones are the pundits and what do you call them, and the newspapers and press and media. But Morelos, to play if you're an opposition player with a boy like Morelos, you'd be shitting yourself every time you get the ball, excuse the language, but you would be. He's a fabulous player, and he must cause everybody all sorts of headaches. So if somebody said to me, irrespective of how I felt about him, who do you think's the best player you play against? I would not think twice. Alfredo Morelos. I don't think he'll get it, Ox, yeah? But then I didn't think he'll get selected.
Right. Well, you never know. I mean, obviously, I think the voting's done a few months ago, and the fact that Ryan Kent's in both awards is it's a bit of a surprise to me, if I'm being honest, Star, because I think Kent, when he's been good, he's been top drawer. But
I was more shocked at him getting in Ox than I was Morelos. I was 100% sure Morelos would certainly get nominated. Whether he gets it is another thing, but I'm a bit like yourself. I didn't think for a minute Kent would get nominated. But it just shows you. I think that one's the football players, isn't it?
aye.
Do you have any chance of getting nominated because he tried to hit Scott Brown?
He'd have won it if he'd have hit him.
Yeah.
No, I think...
and again, he was condoning violence.
Sorry, I was going to say there, as far as Kent's concerned, the young lad's come up and he's been nothing short of fantastic for us. I'm not saying he's the best player, but my goodness, when he's on his game, he is a force to be reckoned with. He's just wonderful to watch. The first half at the weekend there, everybody was on, did them on toast. They didn't know what to do with him. And eventually they start pulling him down and tugging the jersey and shoving and all the nonsense that goes on, you know. He's just a great player for me. And I'm delighted he's there, much like yourselves. I never thought he would get that, but in line for the both of them, absolutely.
And also, we'll get our own Jake Casey in there as well. The young player of the year.
He's one of us.
What I would say on that, Ox, I was quite impressed when I heard the interview with Kent. He's adamant that he doesn't think he's got any future at Liverpool whatsoever. And he says if it's possible, he would love nothing better than to playing for Rangers again next season. So I thought that was great to hear for the bloke himself, you know.
Well, you get different kind of people in life, you know, and if he's happy, it might be worth a lot to him, you know.
Absolutely, and the very fact he's playing in front of 50,000, he knows that he generally must think he's got absolutely no chance of breaking into Liverpool. So he's looking at it. He's, as I said before, he already had 4 loanee stints down there with obviously far lesser teams. He's come up here and he knows the manager must have a lot of faith in him, and he seems to like Gerrard the way he speaks about him. So I was very impressed when I heard the bloke speaking. He was adamant that if it can be done, he would love nothing better than to be playing for us next season. So that's great to hear.
He comes across a bit of timid boy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does indeed.
I think I was going to say, I think that boy has grown immensely. He's grown in his character and the way he plays, because he was never playing like this when he was away in loan with other teams. He just wasn't playing like that. And here he is, just playing for one of the biggest clubs. I mean, seriously, one of the biggest clubs in the world, one of the most famous clubs in the world. And here he's playing for them, and he's a top man, absolute star man for us. You know, it's just fantastic. I just love it, you know. I love to see the young boy. And, you know, if we had and we could convince Liverpool to give us a deal on the never, you know, then I'd sign him. The day before tomorrow, I'd sign him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, and I think, as you say, Bridge, I think as the seasons went on, the chances that he has been getting, he's been champing at the bit to get out there, because, as you say, we've seen him taking on 3 and 4 players at a time now, and he wasn't doing that at the start of the season when he was getting games. Now he seems to be thriving. He's dying to get at players, you know. And I think it's basically that he loves playing in front of the big crowds, and he's saying to himself, as you say, here I'm playing with one of the biggest clubs in the world here. He knows he's not, well, he obviously thinks he's not got a chance at Liverpool, so he's champing at the bit to get playing with us. So here's hoping something can get sorted there.
It would be lovely, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be lovely if we had a big benefactor, like a lot of clubs do, that would just say, here, go and get him. I'll take
your
care
on
of
in your pocket then, Bridge.
Aye, well, you know, I've thought of that a number of times. And then she's took my hand out of my pocket. But seriously, you know, we've had some great players playing for us. Loanees, I like some of the skillful players that we had, but this boy's one of the best and most skillful players I've seen at Ibrox for somebody coming on loan. And only a young boy to you in reality. Fantastic.
It's not just his skill that gets me, Ox. What I love guys that can run with the ball at pace, and he's got it in abundance. That's what I really like about him. You know, certainly Sunday's game there, I've got to be honest, I think he did put a few too many passes astray, but that'll come, plus the fact he was out for a couple of games. But no, I've been really impressed with him. I think he's got far better as the season's went on.
Aye, up until Christmas time, I would say people were iffy whether he should be in the team. He done okay, but nothing spectacular. Then they announced it on the big stage on the big terms.
Yep.
Well, if you take his first half on the 29th of December and his second half with 10 men over at their place.
Exactly, he was brilliant, wasn't he?
Well, the two performances added together, absolutely superb, you know.
Yeah.
Scored a quad.
Oh, Bridge is on mute. On you go, Bridge, off you come, mate.
I didn't even know I was on mute, sorry.
I know.
Apologies. No, I think you were speaking about the boy there in his game in the second half at Parkhead.
Aye,
and he scored a fabulous goal, took part in virtually everything that was going. And that's what I love to see. The other day there against Aberdeen, I just felt that he wasn't alone. Some of the times he managed to get a breakthrough, get in among 4 or 5 players and things like that. And you know, he just run up against a sheer wall of numbers of players. And sometimes your final pass fails. And sometimes it's just going to happen because you're up against all these number of players. It must be. They had the whole team inside the penalty box at times in that game, you know. Quite incredible. Just quite incredible.
Oh, talking about that, do you see McInnes's latest gripe?
Oh, tell us it.
About the strip. Did you see that?
Oh! Go on then, speak to me. Tell me, what did he say?
Mate, I couldn't believe it. Oh, Rangers are scared of us when they play in red. Oh, dear. Because they weren't allowed to play in red because it was too close to our goalie's kit. Oh.
And I'll assume that some official in the referee's place said that's correct.
But mate, obviously the day before the game, and Rangers are playing with their orange goalie's kit, so it clashes with their red top.
Yeah. So Rangers don't have the right to tell them to wear their away kit. Why do they have an away strip?
The home team dictate their colours, and then the away team organise accordingly, Bridge.
Absolutely, pal. It's just nonsense. That wee guy has let himself down in the last number of weeks immensely. Absolutely immensely. And I think our manager mentioning the fact that they went to play Celtic in his cup semi-final and they never laid a glove on them. I think that's got them going and really wound them right up. That's what I think.
I think it's just him himself. I think he's quite bitter now that he didn't take the job when he was offered it. I think that's got a lot to do with it now. I really do. I think he looks at it now and he says to himself, wait a minute, I can't do any better with this mob I'm with. I'm never ever going to get back to there, because they obviously thought the Gers were down and they were going to stay down. A lot of them did when obviously the Rangers fans knew better. And I just think there's a bit of bitterness there for McInnes. I really do.
Well, you know, can I just say this to you? And I'll say it again. I think I've said it before. Like, we get to the end of this season, and just before the start of next season, if Rangers have done things right insofar as those shares are concerned, the people who have given us loans will now get all the shares that they were due them. As far as I'm led to believe, that'll all be done. So we'll be completely debt free, including the loans, providing we've sold enough strips. But this season, and we've earned enough cash, we should be showing a profit. And that's what the Bridgeman wants to see. I want to see Rangers producing a year-end set of accounts that tell us this is what we've got. We've made, let's say, £1 million profit. We're clear. We'll get no debt. We'll get this, that, and the next thing. And every year we've had to say, you know, we had to get the accountants to agree that they agree with the loan facility we've got, that any debts that we incur will be covered by the directors. I don't want to see that again. We shouldn't need to do that. We should be running the business as a business. The monies that the directors want to put in is extra now. So that get me a good set of accounts, the year-end accounts, and nobody can say nothing about the Rangers. We're no skint anymore. That's what I want.
Yep.
How did
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
When have you ever made sense? Come on.
That's true. That's true.
It's amazing how we go on the subjects, isn't it? We end up, we're talking about Jake Hasty and we end up in the accounts. It's brilliant, Blue Star, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Barcelona just scored a second against Liverpool.
Well, I'm glad to see you're concentrating on the show, Bridge, isn't it?
But I've got the telly on in front of me.
Getting docked.
I think that's... Is it Messi that scored? Was it Messi that scored?
Yeah.
That must be about 600 goals.
Did you get your letter for Fox?
Who, me?
Aye, but your merchandising rights.
No. I've not heard anything from him yet. He did promise he would.
I had to pay Fox money the day. Neither was my fault. I never read the contract when I signed it. Watch yourself, Blue Star. He's a charlatan. Barcelona a good side. By the way, that tie's no done. Liverpool at Anfield.
The last 20 minutes, Liverpool's actually had 4 or 5 good chances. They've been all over them. But they broke up.
You've been watching that while Bridge has been speaking?
I have been, yes.
More than the arse off him.
I can't believe that, Bridge. Can you?
No, I think he's a shocker.
The man's a shocker, Bridge.
The man's a shocker, I'll tell you. Man's a shocker.
Anyway, if people want to join Blue Star watching the football, what's the number, Bridge?
Number's 0141 356 1972.
And where else can you join Blue Star watching the football, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and the Foxy will bring him in and look after him because he's a nice guy.
Oh, yes, he's a gentleman, my mate Fox. Anyway, we've been joined by the Fox. Evening, Fox. How we doing, Mucker?
Good evening, guys.
How we doing, mate? Are you glad that the boy Hasty's joined us, mate?
It's another young prospect that we can always hope turns out to be a very good player for us. I really don't understand why he's in the Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, mate. He's not played that many games, and I think that's wrong, you know.
I think the trouble is, I think that's all voted on in about January, mate.
You're probably correct.
And then sometimes you get some crazy situations where I get what you're saying. He's no played a lot of games for me.
But surely Kent must be a stick on for the Young Player of the Year because he's managed to get himself into the full Player of the Year. None of the other contenders have got in there, so Kent must win the Young Player of the Year according to my thoughts.
I can understand your rationale. And
how's Tav and
I was waiting for that.
Tav's only 19 according to me. He should be in the two of them.
You're going to send that poor travel rug over the edge, mate.
Imagine that Bobby Flasher being in it, mate. I heard them tonight a wee bit. I listened to a bit of Clyde, and they're saying, Giddy was saying, you can't put him in Player of the Year. He's no somebody the young players can look up to. But it's all right for Forrest, who could have been on the offenders list there for his Bobby flashing, you know. But they never happened to mention that, just the same as always on Radio, Clyde.
Half a story, Fox, is that what you're saying?
Aye, well.
So what were they saying about Morelos being involved in, Foxy?
Yeah. I agreed. They said that if it wasn't for his bad attitude, he would have probably won it outright. But it's supposed to be judged on your playing ability. And
but Guidi's not a player.
No, did he know used to be a reserve goalkeeper?
Aye. Goalkeeper with Albion Rovers or something like that. But I think he's a journalist, so that might give you a wee hint that he's not going to vote for him as player, the sports writers Player of the Year.
Aye,
that's what it sounds like.
I think you're spot on there, Fox. Only Flash and Alfie's been involved in the cards, you know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we had Denver Bear in there, but he's dropped out again. I'll need to see if I can get him back in.
All right. And just quickly while you're there, mate, we'll got you in. What was your memories of the Florentina game, mate? Sitting behind the sofa?
I was absolutely out my nut that night, mate, watching that. Sitting having a good drink, me and my buddy, and couldn't believe it at the end when we get through. Absolutely terrifying, but a terrific night as well, you know.
When the two of you jumping up and down and hugging when the final penalty, come on, tell the truth.
No, I could tell you the truth. I couldn't get off the couch, mate, to jump up and down.
Was that because you were too sozzled or too overtaken by emotion?
No, it was one of the beanbag couches.
I know about them. I fell off a few. How did I land on the floor there, you know? Who put me on this?
On you go, Fox, what you said?
I wasn't saying anything. I nearly said something too much there.
No, come on, out with it.
No, carry on.
All right, that wasn't the one the night you ended up with upholsters, was it?
No.
All right, okay, just wondering. So I had great memories that night. I mean, we went through the emotions that night. So if people want to join us, give their thoughts. What's the number, Denver? Blue Star.
So 141 356 1972.
And nowhere else will you get instant goals, reports, Bridgeband and on Rangers Radio. Where else can people join us?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and the young man that's on the panel here and now just been speaking, Foxy, he'll bring you in and look after you because he's a nice guy.
Oh, he's an absolute gentleman. Absolute gentleman.
How come Foxy gets all the nice plaudits from you and everybody else gets a roasting?
Is it
because you like him?
We go back a long way. You know?
All right, okay.
And I think, if I'm being honest, it's his round. Do you know what I mean? So,
love it.
So, people.
I think I've got Denver in now,
That's
mate.
number 3, guys.
Oh dear. Well, maybe it will struggle at Anfield. Evening, Denver.
Hi guys, how we doing?
All right, mate. I'm really impressed with you, mate.
How's that?
We're all Skype.
I know. Well, I don't have a because you cut me off. You don't let us foreigners call in anymore.
No, it's nothing to do with that, Denver. We let all the foreigners in. We just cut you off.
All right. Well, that's okay as long as I know where I stand and get off. You know.
How you doing, mate?
Doing all right. Picture the scene. It's pissing the rain here in Denver.
Right.
I have got a 12-pack of beer cooling at home. I've got the game taping, the Barcelona game taping, hoping to avoid the score. And what does Blue Star tell me?
I try to tell him, mate, that he's ruining people's entertainment, mate.
Sorry, Denver.
Fox
Come
tapes.
on, Blue Star. For God's sake, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Fox tapes all the games. He's dealing with you, Blue Star. Right, you're a lot of people not happy with you, Blue Star.
Right. They learned, Blue Star. We're not all sitting in the house watching the telly at this moment, you know. Some of us are working.
Aye.
You get a sheriff.
I make you feel really bad there, Blue Star, eh?
No, I don't actually.
Hey, the tenor on 3-0 Barcelona. How are you, Denver? Where did you watch your Fiorentina game? Can you remember?
In a boozer here in Denver called the British Bulldog, and we were on the bar and all that stuff. We were all singing and dancing like madmen. Unfortunately, I missed the final.
Right.
I was back in the UK the week after the final, and I was back for a wedding down south in England and all that. But unfortunately, I couldn't get to Manchester. But so that's where we watched the game in the British Bulldog.
Right. How many was in there? How many Bears?
There was only 4 Bears,
Right.
but it was a busy wee day. But there was only 4 Bears in there, you know. But good stuff, you know.
Oh, what have we got now? Somebody's coming in. Oh, don't know who that was. Aye,
Can I ask a question, guys?
Aye, you go, mate.
Is that Denver in?
Aye.
How you doing, Denver? Denver, do you know the score, pal?
Aye, funny enough, Blue Star just told me about the score.
Oh, brilliant. He's a shocker, that Blue Star, isn't he? An absolute
Oh,
shocker.
you're all shockers, man. You're all every one of you.
Can't believe you put me.
Something else has just happened. I'll keep it quiet though.
Oh, at least he knows he can keep part of a secret. You know, I can't believe you're putting me in the same boat as all these people, Denver.
Come on, Denver, be fair.
Oh, he's breaking up.
Oh, no.
He's breaking up.
He's a way to see what happens.
See, this is what happens when you're a world star, Blue Star. This is no Radio Clyde. We go global.
Aye. Especially when it's 3 in the afternoon.
Bet you realise you didn't realise. How you do, Denver? You're breaking up, mate. Oh, he's breaking up.
Foxy, drop him and bring him in.
Oh, you do the technical stuff?
No, okay, just to help because I'm sorry, I couldn't keep my mouth shut there. Apologies.
No, not at all. Not at all. Anyway, if other people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Blue Star?
They can join us at Skype at Rangers Radio, and Fox the Nice Man will bring you in.
Yeah.
What's the latest score, Blue Star?
You can't say, mate.
I love it. Just
He's learned a valuable lesson, Bridge, isn't he?
Poor Denver.
Ox, going on to that one about the 4 players up for the awards. See the young player, the oversensing opinion here seems to be that the boy Turnbull will get the young player.
Right, I mean, he's just appeared in the last few weeks in the media.
I know that.
Up until then, I hadn't really heard a lot of him, and then.
But I think they've been struggling because it's like what you said with Kent as well, though. If you go back to the likes of just before January and that, when they were supposedly making up the list, I don't even think what do you call him, the boy Hasty for starters. I think at that time he'd only played something like 7 first team games. Is that not right?
Oh, I couldn't. I wouldn't argue with your numbers.
I'm sure it wasn't even double figures, though. You know what I mean? So if you were nominated when you hadn't even played double figures, you're saying to yourself, "Good grief, you would need to set the header right in fire." Surely to be nominated.
Yeah, but remember, it's players. This is the players' player, right? So it's all the different players that are voting about the boy and the other players. So it's not the people that sort of make a living after the game. This is the guys that are living in it. So that's the reason why I'm very surprised. In one way, I'm no surprised because anybody that plays football would tell you openly they would hate playing against Morelos because he's the best player in the league, 100%. And you can't do nothing else but put him in. He must be nominated. I was surprised they did it, I must admit. But there you go. It's been done. So a lot of honesty there. A lot of honesty. The pundits doubt it very much. The
best young player performance I seen was the boy Johnson on the 29th of December.
Johnson?
Oh, Mikey Johnson.
That was the best performance I seen for a young player all season.
Aye, stinking.
I thought it was a different 29th of December, right? And I thought I was going to say Jinky.
You were slow there, Bridge.
I'm very slow now, very slow now. Gone are the days with speed of mind and speed of agility and things like that. It's gone.
You know, but as I say, going back to that, Ox, if you think about it, I know what Bridge is saying that obviously it's the players that's picking it, but surely to goodness, if Hasty hadn't even played a dozen games, how on earth can they be picking him for like young player? Unless they were struggling to nominate young players, are they considering you're out the running for young if you're over the age of 22 now? Maybe they are.
It's saying here that he spent the first half of the season playing with Alaba, where he scored 4 goals in 23 appearances. And since the new year, he's had 14 appearances for Motherwell.
That's what I'm saying. So he's only played 14 games for Motherwell. You know, and that's up to now. So if they picked those players in January, he never even had a dozen games then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog.
Evening, guys. How you doing?
How you doing, Stardog? Everything good?
Stardog.
Everything's all right, mate. Aye, yourselves? He's all right, aye?
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm all right. We're trying to avoid the Liverpool score. We want to watch it after the score.
I just turned it off, man.
All right, but Bridge and Fox are trying to avoid the score and watch it after the show.
Blue Star didn't save that, did he?
Doug, you're absolutely right. He's a shocker at that Blue Star murder.
Respect, Blue Star, respect.
What's on your mind, Stardog?
I've just started listening the last 10 minutes. What is it you're talking about the player of the year and that? Has there been a vote or something?
And there was an announcement of the 4 finalists, if you like.
For the player of the season or young player of the season?
Both.
So, does Morelos fit into both of these categories?
He didn't get any young one. I don't know what the criteria is.
Fit into it, but does it know 21 or 22 and under or whatever?
I think Morelos is 23 now.
Is he 23 now, is he? I thought he was still 22.
I don't know, but Kent, he's similar ages to Kent. I'll check
That's
it out.
what I was thinking, mate. So who's the 4? Is Morelos one of them, I take it?
Morelos, Kent.
And Kent's in the young players?
Not both. Kent's in both.
Oh, is he?
Aye.
Oh, I'm not surprised, I'm not surprised.
Who have we got? McGregor and Forrest.
Forrest.
Aye. Good to see all right footers in there.
McGregor.
And then in the young player, there's a boy Hasty, one of our own. Ryan Kent, the boy Turnbull. Who's the other one?
The boy for Aberdeen.
Oh, Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson, aye.
Aye, Lewis Ferguson's a shout, like.
Oh, Ferguson will get it in my eyes.
I think if he gets it, it'll be a travesty of justice because he's not a dreadful player. He's an absolutely dreadful player. Sorry, boys.
I know, Bridge, I agree with you, but I think he'll get it.
I think he'll get it and all, but I would give it to Kent. And I would probably give the older one for Morelos. I don't think I think Celtic's McGregor that's in it. Is it Alan McGregor?
Alan McGregor.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd give him the old one then.
No, it's no Ox. It's Callum McGregor.
Oh,
it's Callum McGregor and Forrest.
Yeah, Celtic McGregor.
Kent and Morelos.
He's been pissed.
Two Celtic players, two Rangers players.
Yeah.
He's been crap. McGregor definitely shouldn't get near it. And Forrest is crap. Forrest hasn't produced anything for them really. He's really no. He was supposed to have upped his game 3 seasons ago. He's never been up to that next level. Or he'd have already been away. He's the same age as me.
Totally agree, Stardog, but
I mean, he's like Phil Walcott for Arsenal. He was meant to have been this great player 7 years ago, and he never upped his game. He never went to that next level, and he never will. He's a bang-up player. He's reached his limit. I'd get to either McGregor for his consistency or Morelos. It's got to be one of the 2 Rangers players. In fact, it can't be McGregor because he's Celtic McGregor. Doesn't even matter. I'd get to Morelos.
Yeah,
it's got to be Morelos for me. It's got to be.
It's a sports writers, but they'll not get.
No. This isn't a sports writers. This is a players' player.
Well, the players might get to Morelos. They might. Yeah. It just depends. I doubt it.
I doubt it at all. I doubt the players will get to him. But if I'm agreeing with Bridge, it's going to be Morelos, isn't it? But they've been crap this season.
I'll tell you what. I wouldn't imagine any player could turn in and say that Morelos is crap. Let's put it that way. But what I could say is some of them might not like him because he's what do you call it, impetuous. That's all. They might not like that.
In the same sense, Bridge, I don't see any of the players turning around and having the decency and been real enough to turn around and say that boy's been brilliant this year when he's played. I don't think they're honest enough to turn around and game it just out of the end decency. Get what I mean?
I think you'll see a huge difference between the players' player this year, the players' player of the year, and the sports writers' player of the year. Yeah. You'll see a massive difference. I think I think the sports writers will be a Celtic player 100%. 100%.
If you think about it, they owe Morelos, isn't they? Because the inches he's gave them this year, the stories they've made.
Absolutely, pal.
We've not even had one single player that's won player of the month, let alone player of the season. You know what I mean?
And there you are, talk about player of the month. What about manager of the month? It's going to be our manager for manager of the month in April. Four victories, lost one goal. Can't you beat that, can you?
No.
Sounds all right to me, Bridge.
Yeah.
Just a pity we never go to March and April. We might have been getting 55.
Yeah.
You might be right there, pal. You would have probably been right, for sure.
You know. But we'll see what it takes. It's interesting, Stardog, that Kent's in both sections, isn't it?
It's interesting, I thought you could either been one or the other, so that is interesting, but at the end of the day, he's up there on merit in both of them. I can't really name a young player off the top of my head, but I'll tell you what about Glenn Kamara? Does he know fit into the Young Player of the Year awards? Because I think for the start of the season, and for us so far, he's been immense.
I think you've got to look when it was dominated. It's around the January, February time, you know.
That's when he wasn't playing, wasn't it?
Aye, the boy. I mean, let's not kid yourself. If he carries on the way he is, adds a wee bit of his game, he's going to be an absolute star.
Let's remember the form that got him to us as well. I mean, I watched him at Dundee against them at Parkhead, and he was brilliant. He was stopping everything in the midfield. He really was. So remember the form that got him the move to us as well. That's how I was thinking, Ken. He's young. He's still in there, shout maybe.
Well, he's done well. But it's the players that's all about opinions. And
that's it.
When you go, Fox?
You went to me there? I never said anything, guys.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd lost us. Anyway, lads, get yourself in mute and Fox will give you a tune.
I've sailed the wide Atlantic, crossed the broad Pacific shore. I've sailed around the stormy capes, I've heard the parties roar. I fly the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland means more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday, I'll join a happy throng with Rangers banners all around. We'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of thy brow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. It's the blue, it's the blue sea of eyebrows. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue sea of eyebrows. And it happens when the orange beat the green. And it happens when the orange beat the green.
And it happens when the orange meets the green.
That guy's great at that song, Roger.
That's a wonderful, wonderful song. My wife she roars and laughs at me because I walk about singing that song, you know. Love it.
Oh, that's nothing to do with the singing, Briz. She just roars and laughs.
She roars and laughs at me, yeah. It's the blue sea of eyebrows.
He's no bad at it, Briz. He's got a wee bit.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Brilliant.
A bit of crooner these days.
Blue Star's doing a lot of dancing in that lobby, by the way. Did you see that?
I missed it, mate. I missed it.
Oh, he's doing a lot of dancing in the lobby, that boy.
Aye.
Look, it looks like it's quite regimented, so maybe the Highlanders Institute is dancing in.
That's me. My fingers running for all these folk that's cracking up because I give out the scores.
Well, you get what I mean.
Denver
Bears signed off the radio, raging at you.
You've learned a valuable lesson tonight, Blue Star, haven't you?
Yeah,
he'll be driving his truck through Denver, raging at you.
Some of them would be quite happy, depending if they wanted a certain team to win. You might have saved them a bit of pain. Anyway, Starbuck, we talked about the Fiorentina game 11 years ago today. Memories,
wow.
You've been a young boy, yeah?
15 I was, man. 15. Still getting folks getting the shot for my carrot and everything, so I was.
Oh, terrible. We can't condone that. That's a disgrace.
I know,
You're a
I
late
know.
starter.
Great memories, great memories. No. I got my stomach pumped at 12.
No, that's nothing to be proud of, really, is it?
No, it's not. I don't drink anymore, so memories for me.
What was your memories of that game when Novo scored that penalty?
Just having that, just like you say, but in a house with all my pals and we were all behind the couch, we were all just crapping ourselves, and then that final penalty, when we naturally stepped up for that final penalty and you seen Walter Smith running and greeting, and oh man, I was just running and greeting, so it was emotional for me. Probably the drink kicked in right enough, but I was an emotional wreck.
How many pals were you watching it, mate?
Just the 4 days, it was 4 days, so it was.
Were you all jumping about in the living room hugging?
Oh well, one of them was a Celtic fan, but the 3 were all in his face and all that, and it was great.
Well, I'm disappointed in that, mate.
I've got a wee question for you.
Yes, mate.
I was sitting today watching a bit of the 9 in a Row DVDs.
Yes.
Who was the better header of the ball, Derek Johnson or Mark Hateley?
Johnson.
For me, Derek Johnston.
Think so?
Yeah.
Aye. I'm going to say Hateley was far behind him, but I would have to put Derek Johnston.
Getting that in the lobby because it's a widespread between the years, and you tend to forget a wee bit of time. I remember Derek Johnson, right enough, was good in the air, but he had great supply for Tommy McLean, etc., Willie Johnson, etc. But I watched a Hateley, mate. The number of goals he scored with his head was phenomenal, mate. Absolutely phenomenal. Unbeatable in the air for me. And I think he scored something like, 90 goals for Rangers or something, Hateley.
I'll have a look, Fox. I'll fill you in, mate. I'll give you his exact stats if you just give me 1 second, bro.
And I would bet about 70% of them with a head. I didn't realise just how strong he was in the air, mate.
Oh, and he was good in the air, all right.
Once he came to challenge for the ball, there was only one winner for it, and I sat back and I just header after header, mate. It was absolutely brilliant.
I think
That's
it was
one for the lobby. That one. Who was the better?
I think Derek Johnson was a better header of the ball. but then he had probably more practice at it because he did a couple of seasons as a centre half as well. So his addressing the ball, going towards the ball was better. And but I'm not saying he scored this. Mark Haley scored some fabulous goals with his head. So I think it's touch and go from a goal scoring perspective. You might find that Mark Haley's probably better, scored more with his head. But as an actual header of a ball, I think Derek Johnson takes some beating because he had a tremendous record at centre half as well.
I think for me, Johnston would just edge it, Fox. The one that I saw actually was the best leaper I ever saw play again was the boy Black that played with Aberdeen, mate. He was phenomenal at leaping.
Had some spring in his step, didn't he? Eric Black.
He was phenomenal.
Was that him that scored the winner against, was it Real Madrid?
Real Madrid, yeah.
I don't know if he got the winner or Hewitt got the winner.
Was that Hewitt? Was it Hewitt? Can't remember which one.
But Derek Johnson for me, Fox, just because I think he just did better timing than Haley. Haley was superb in there, but just coming second in that race is no insult, is it?
No, I don't suppose there'd be much between them, mate. But
so if you want to have a vote in that in the lobby, I know there's a lot of different generations. Some people might not have seen Derek Johnson play like Stardog, but don't even know if you'd have managed. Would you manage? You remember Mark Haley? Stardog, was that just before your time as well?
He's on mute at the moment.
Oh, no. But if the generation that saw the two of them play, who was a better header of the ball? Derek Johnson go for DJ or Mark Haley MH over a wee poll. What I will say is I think obviously Mark Haley was more mobile, but I think Derek Johnson was a better football player. Would you agree with that, Blue Star?
I certainly would. Oaks, for me, Big DJ, it was something else. He's goal scoring, and as Bridge says, he played a couple of seasons even at centre half because he was that great in there. But I would agree with you on the mobile factor. Certainly Haley could run more, but Big Johnston was he was a great player. On the one about you mentioned Black there for jumping, the only other player I thought that could leap anything like him, funny enough, was Mojo. Mojo had some spring in his step for jumping him.
Who?
Mo Johnson.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking about.
Do you like that one there, Blue Star?
No, I got it. I knew what he was saying. But to be fair to the wee guy, he could certainly leap. He could jump.
I think we had some really good.
He could leap from one side of the fence to the other.
Yeah, we had some. We had some guys that could leap. Derek Parlin wasn't bad in there, and that boy Smith, Gordon Smith, wasn't bad in there either.
Smith was good as well. Yeah.
None of them bridge anywhere near the class of Johnson.
Oh no, I've seen that. But we had some guys that could leap. They could leap in there, but they weren't great headers of the ball. But they scored goals with corners and things like that. But the DJ, obviously, 16-year-old playing a League Cup final and scores a goal with a head. It's just fantastic. And his career went to.
He made his debut for us at 28 years and 287 days against East Stirling. Scored in a 5-0 win. 222 games, 214 starts. He scored 115 goals and 9 penalties.
Sorry, Ox, I'm laughing here. Somebody's putting the lobby. Ox chair is going for Kenny Miller. Oh dear.
That'll be that skipper. Am I right?
Aye.
Let me have a look.
So what, can you see those numbers again, please?
I don't bother, mate.
Big Derek was there 200, wasn't he?
Yeah, second only to McVoist, wasn't he?
222 games total, 8 substitutes appearances, 115 goals, so approximately a goal every second game. Derek Johnson, do you want Derek's?
Yes, please.
Aye.
That's okay. Obviously, it doesn't tell you the headed goals, you know. Come on. There we go. Quite a few Johnsons, but some of them spelt differently.
It's spelled O-N-E at the end, remember?
I know, mate. 555 games, 211 goals. So Haley had a better hit rate.
I think Haley was one of the most dangerous centre forwards that I've ever seen with the Rangers. He was a really, really dangerous guy to be playing against. It must have been murder to play against because he was fearless, absolutely fearless.
I remember it took him 6 months even to find his feet.
That's right. Yeah. What's the lobby saying? Oh, now go through this as we see. 1 for DJ, 2, 3. DJ is quite popular.
Well, it's a generational thing as well. You know, a lot of the younger.
I think from a head and the boss perspective, as I said, from a ball heading perspective, I think DJ was probably better than Mark Haley. But my God, in front of goal, Mark Haley's dynamite. There's very few times he went in and won the ball, and if he got it in target, it was nearly always in. You know, he really was very dangerous. But I just loved him. He was a right warrior, and I like warriors at centre forward. I just love it.
Is Derek Johnson's a career that should have been better, Fox?
And what way do you mean that? I mean, he started to lose the pace that he had and decided to go back into the centre of defence, mate.
Remember, they came into the team in 71.
16 years
16-year-old.
And 7 years later, 1978, when John Gregg made him captain, he's only 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And he was obviously his shape had changed, and that should have been his golden years. And for 78, I think his career had peaked in 1978 and went downwards, and that should have been him driving on. Maybe he's one of these guys that was in the team too young and he never got the longevity Blue Star, but his career could have been even better.
His career could have been even far, far better. Of course it could have, but you must remember, in the days Oxford, Bridgeman will testify to that. The training methods were nothing like, no even in the same wavelength as what they are nowadays. I mean, the mass majority of players in the days, they never had long careers. That was a strange thing. You did 1 or 2, but the mass majority of them never went over 6, 7 years playing at the top level, you know.
It's like their prime. It's like the prime year at present moment is probably 28, 29.
Back then it would have been 25, 26.
I was going to say it probably around about that 25. When you get to 25, you should be right at the top of your game.
Yeah.
Some of the players are playing, but you look at that boy Stephen Davis for us, and he's actually starting to blossom, you know, in his role. And my goodness gracious, 33 or something like that. That's amazing.
Look at Defoe's 36.
Yeah, well, he's got. Well, I mean, from the part of the pitch that he plays in.
Oh no, I know
Davis,
that. I know that.
Davis is just marvellous, and for his age, he's handling himself and carrying himself very well. And so is Defoe, but Defoe ghosts. Defoe just drags people in, walks past them. Just wonderful to watch. He's really a great exponent of the game. Great exponent.
And again, some players naturally have a decent enough physique without having to train mega hard. Big DJ tells you he always had a problem with weight. The same as what Gascoigne did. Some players are kind of chunkily made. They're fit enough, but they always look a bit over. DJ was certainly like that, but he was certainly a great for me. I mean, it's a true saying. Some guys would say he could header the ball as hard as some guys could kick it, but it was true in DJ's case. He could batter that ball with his head. You know,
it was a really strong header of a ball.
Yeah, and remember some of the balls they were playing with back then. They really were like medicine balls, you know.
But we have to remember, of course, that he was rated as a top international centre back, Derek Johnson.
Yep.
He was going to be him and that boy for Celtic, George Connolly. They were going to be the double centre halves for the Scotland game, for the Scotland team.
Remember when he went with Scotland, he was the top goal scorer in Britain, one of the few players that had got that feat, and yet Ali McLeod just wouldn't play him. You know, it it was a liberty really, because I think he got 36, 38 goals that season. Top goal scorer in Britain. He never even got a sniff. But oh no, Johnson was a Rangers great. We all know that. But Hateley, no doubt about it. I mean, we all seen Hateley. I certainly did. And the big guy, when he jumped, 9 times out of 10, you knew that ball was going in the net. Certainly, no doubt about it. And then the two Leeds ties. Oh, him and McCoist were sensational together. They really were.
He's got legendary status, Mark Hateley, and it really is deserved, because he was unbelievable as a centre forward. Unbelievable. But the figures that Hawkshear gave us, like, was it a goal every second game or something on average? Yeah. That's unbelievable figures. Just unbelievable.
We've also been joined by George. I'm sure he wants to come in on this subject.
Before George's time. Evening, George. How are we doing, my old mate? All right?
Hey, Ox, how you doing? All right? How you doing, boys? All right?
All right, George.
Just what you're talking about there. I mean, that's a great subject. For me, I never ever. I kind of compare Johnson to Hateley, but a few are up there saying that Johnson's better than Hateley. He must have been awfully good, because I've yet to see anybody to this day that's as good as Hateley at heading the ball, challenging for the ball, winning the ball, and putting the ball in the back of the net. We see, I think it was an art he done. It was just an art, and if you had went through all these, like Fox was saying there, the 9 in a row years, if you had to watch a few of the years just back to back, I think it would be more headers that he scored than a lot of people had actually scored with their fit. So that was an art. That's the way to play football. That's the way it was done back then, and that's what you wanted, the big guy and the wee guy, and he was always the big guy putting it in the back of the pocket. If you're saying he's as good as Johnson's, he's not quite as good as Johnson. Johnson must have been on another world, another level.
Only my opinion, mate. I mean,
I
seen Johnson as a younger person, but at the peak of his career, and then I seen Hateley or understood the game. But I just, from memory, Johnson could hang in the air just a wee bit. I don't think he was as tall as Mark Hateley, but his timing was superb, and he worried all sorts of teams, and he were involved in, when he had a good season, 76 and 78, we won trebles, mate.
You said a great thing there, Ox, your wee phrase there. Johnston actually could hang in the air, Bridgeman. You would testify to that. He actually, his timing in the air was just incredible. You actually thought he was hovering some of the times, because it was as if he was hanging in there. But George is right as well. The two, we would all admit, Hateley was brilliant in the air as well. Of course he was.
Johnson was a great header of the ball. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He scored a lot of goals for us and made a lot of goals as well. But I think a big chunk of his career ended up as being a centre half. And I thought that's where he got more control, and you could see him holding up for his jumping. His timing was really impeccable. He was a real good big international, a real chance for that boy to be a star at international level. I don't know what actually happened, to be honest. Maybe he just got fed up and left, because he ended up doing it at Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah.
Chelsea he went to.
He left about 83 or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah. Like that. He's still a young boy, still only a young man when he left.
He was still
I've been joined by a caller on the phone.
I think he was about the same age he left when the Hateley came. He's obviously fitter, and the game had moved on a bit, But
I remember him coming back, and he must have been easily 2 stone heavier than when he left. It was just incredible.
He hardly played after that.
Ox, we got a caller on the phone, pal.
Yep. Sorry, mate. Evening, caller. How we doing?
Right, all right, boys. It's Warren Hill again.
Hi, Warren. How you doing?
Aye, not too bad, boys. I was watching a Liverpool game tonight.
We're going to, don't tell us the score, mate.
Right, that's fine. No, I just thought I'd tune in and come on.
Just in case, I had 20 on Barcelona winning 3-0, so I'm going to watch it later.
Aye. Well, anyway, it's just you're talking about Big DJ and Mark Hateley. First of all, I'd like to say, what he had said, he'd scored 39 goals that season. He actually scored 41 because he scored 2 for Scotland.
Against Wales and Northern Ireland?
I think it was, actually, aye.
That was the Wales one for the edge of the box, a header.
Aye, I know. I was actually there that night. That was in the days when I was a young boy and I was taking them all, man. And I used to support Scotland and go and watch them. But anyway, it's actually a good call. DJ and Mark Hateley, you know, with the power of the header, both were tremendous. They were really, really good at it. And it's a good call. It's a hard one to split.
Who are you going for?
To be honest with you, I would say, I'll tell you just another wee story, right? I spoke to Big Derek, right, a few years back, and I've met Mark Hateley as well. I met Mark Hateley in London, and he was doing at QPR at the time, right? I met him at a hotel in London, and it was him and Brian Laudrup, and I was working in the place at the time. One of the guys introduced me to them. The two guys, Hateley and Laudrup, were in the bar having a drink. So anyway, Mark Hateley, he was so glad to see a fellow Rangers fan. He was talking away. See Big Laudrup? Oof, no interest in. Wouldn't say a word. I was a wee bit disappointed, you know. And I met Big Derek in Paisley and the Croft Bar. I don't know if you boys know that place.
I do.
Yeah.
What Croft Bar, mate?
The Croft in Paisley. And so I was saying to Derek, see that night, it was back in 79, with a wee poor crowd that night, and we beat Partick Thistle 1-0. It was after 4-2 game. And I was asking Derek, he scored the winner that night. The guy, he couldn't remember it. I was a wee bit disappointed, you know. Big Derek couldn't remember it. Anyway, I mean, it was a landmark to me. I was a wee boy, about 14 at the time. And I'd been there. Rangers had won 1-0. And it was the lowest crowd ever. But anyway, and back to it, I would go for Big Derek.
Yeah.
When you're saying, saying about the two of them.
I mean, it's like putting up Usain Bolt against Carol Lewis, mate. You know, coming second in the race is no insult, but it's all about opinions, eh?
As I.
I would say that Big Hateley might have been a better centre forward, but Derek Johnson was a better football player, if that makes sense.
I know, the thing is, see with Big Derek, you could always say, I mean, back in the day, he was never in a game, but he would always get us a goal.
I think the two of them played with McCoy, so I'll just check that out, eh?
Aye.
I think the two of them played with Ali, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think DJ...
Probably. More so, Hateley would have played with McCoy.
Aye, if DJ played with him, it must have been very, maybe a couple of games at the very end of his career, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see, mate. We'll see.
I think Hateley was far more dangerous than Derek Johnson. He was fearless. He was. I mean, when he ran into the box, running for the ball. I mean, centre forwards used to sort of, but they had a bit of fear in their eyes, you know, because the guy he didn't care. He went through you, absolutely through you. And I know Derek Johnson was good and big, strong fella. He didn't have that streak that Mark Hateley had. Mark Hateley had that streak.
Hateley also did it abroad with two different teams as well, you know.
Yeah, I know, pal. I know, but and he was a good player. You could see sometimes when you watch Hateley. I don't know if you ever saw his dad. Is it Tony Hateley? I think his name was.
Yeah.
Tony Hateley, a great header of a ball. Well known goal scorer. I don't know if he played Bolton or something like that, you know. But my goodness gracious, that boy
Hateley was far more mobile. Definitely, he was far more mobile.
But you know when he ran, he shall we say, he had venom in the way he wanted to do things, you know. And he just ran. He's dangerous man. Loved him to bits. See that game that Walter Smith brought him back for the one game against them at Parkhead. We beat them 1-0. And he gets sent off. What a game that was. What a performance by him. My God.
I think the big man, he kind of struggled a wee bit at the start. And then I think it was towards maybe the start of his second season. And it was early doors. And then again, it was at Parkhead. And we're a wee bit doubtful of him. And it was 2-0, Hateley, 2 goals.
He was fabulous. He was just unbelievable. I remember him playing against that boy Stubbs, Blinky. Oh my God, he battered Stubbs all over the park. He battered them. What a competition that was, Just great to see.
It's just a shame he actually didn't have so many more years at Rangers. Big Derek, he had a lifetime there almost. And it's a pity Mark Hateley didn't have a chance because he was on form and he didn't have the years to prove his worth, so to speak.
Warren,
McCoy's played 23 games with Derek Johnson.
There you go.
Yeah, which surprising, really. Blue Star.
Derek would be a centre half then, but
I don't think the second time round, mate, he might have been up playing against the occasional game. He was a bit part playing there by that time, mate. He was a bit part player. When he come back for Chelsea, I think then,
The only time Hateley let us down, guys, is when the time McNamara stuck one on him and he couldn't get him back. Remember the wee guy hitting from behind and he didn't know who it was?
Yeah. I think I absolutely love Derek Johnson, and I think myself and a load of my generation anyway thought the world of him, and we still do. But for years now, I've been hoping that Rangers would take him away for that Radio Clyde, for God's sake. Get him off of there.
With the club now going forward, didn't he?
Yeah, and I hope it continues and they just take him away altogether, because my God, does he put himself, the crap that he has to put himself up with is just shocking. Just shocking.
Was McCoist and Hateley the best partnership in Britain at the time?
I think they proved that in the battle, didn't they?
Aye, definitely.
Aye, I mean, look at when we played Leeds and they were the English champions. I mean, the two of them, the Leeds defence didn't know what to do with the two of them, to be quite honest. They scored 2 in both games, but it should have been a lot more. And they were a good side. It's not as if they had Cantona and all that, but we were better.
They'd know a bad partnership up front, Cantona and Rod Wallace.
Yeah,
who ended up a good player for us and all.
Well, said that they scored a lot of goals.
Hateley and McCoy would take a bit of beating.
Oh, aye.
They were my favourite. They were my favourite together. And then the goals against Leeds United, just the one game there, the 2 games with her. My God, that goal that Hateley scored in Leeds at Ellen Road. Oh my God Almighty, fabulous! And then he was involved in the one for Ali McCoist as well. What a wonderful header for McCoist. Gee whiz. 2 fantastic goals. We're world class stuff.
Look at the amount of times Hateley would just jump. You knew he was winning the ball, and he would just tee it down for Ali to stick it in the net. Absolutely.
And the match we played against Aberdeen, and he scored 2 goals. Oh my God! One of the headers.
I think that was Hateley's fine. I think that was Hateley's finest ever.
Now, I don't know, you boys, what you think. Personally, myself, see when we were talking about Leeds, when we beat Leeds over 2 legs in that second game at Ellen Road, to me, as a Rangers fan, I've watched Rangers, I've been there everywhere, Dublin, a lot. I wasn't there that night in Leeds, but
I was.
To me, that was a pinnacle. To me, in all these years gone by, I'm probably the same age as yourselves. I thought that was fantastic. Beating Leeds, the English champions at Ellen Road, we'd knocked them out and we were in the new, as they called it, the Champions League at the time. What do you guys think about that?
Tremendous. Were you at that, Ox, were you?
I was lucky to be at that, mate.
You're not half. Lucky you.
But when Hateley scored the goal, I took the Dillion because I jumped up.
Aye. That was a tremendous result. A real absolute cracker.
Aye. I mean, we've won doubles, trebles, we've won a lot, Old Firm games, but to me, I was a wee bit younger then myself, as we all were, but I thoroughly enjoyed that night. We beat Leeds. It was fantastic. English champions, and that was it. Bang, they're out of Europe and we're at Champions League. I thought that was great.
They thought they only had to turn up at Ellen Road.
Aye.
I thought my best result would be enough to reach.
Would that be Walter's finest result of the 9 in a row period? Winning the championships was great, but was that his best achievement? Because we weren't really getting a chance in that game.
leagues, we've won cups, everything. But in Europe, beating English champions on the rain run and cementing the fact, I thought that was fantastic that night.
It was a wonderful occasion, a wonderful tie. I mean, that Gary McAllister, our assistant manager, scored a fabulous goal within minutes. My God.
Mm-hmm.
Silence is golden.
Oh, you could have heard a pin drop in Ibrox that night.
Yeah. Well, great. I thought it was Hateley's goal down there was an answer to Gary McAllister's goal. You know, if he hit the ball for the corner of the 18-yard box and then right in the roofing it and up over the keeper and in.
As Oak says, the British press, both English journalists and the Scottish journalists, I think everybody in their granny thought that because Leeds had scored the goal at Ibrox, that was it. Rangers weren't going to do it down there. But,
and you come, George.
But boy, did they show them.
A wee bit before your time as well, were
No, well, that was actually, that season in 92, that was really where I can remember football, to be honest. Obviously, I remember Italian United in that Ox, but I think that was probably when football, for me, actually became football, watching the Champions League. I remember that team. I remember the Leeds team. I remember how good the team was. I've always had the thing about that was the 3 foreigners rule that year, Ox, wasn't it? That was still the 3 foreigners rule coming in then. And obviously they had, I think it was, I can't remember if it was, they had somebody sitting on the bench that night as well who probably could have played, but he couldn't play because of the foreigners rule. And that was the start of a big thing. But you were saying there, somebody said there about was that Walter's biggest achievement during the 9 in a row. I can't say during the 9 in a row, but do you think that was, when we were talking about the night, about the night we got to the UEFA Cup final, do you think that over, again it was UEFA Cup final and it was a different era, do you think that was bigger than that, or what do you think was the biggest of the two? Because we done well in that year in the Champions League, obviously wanting to play Marseille and things like that. So
we were also cheated as well, George.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, realistically, you're talking about semi-finalists in the Champions League. A different format because there was only 16 teams in it, I think, at the time.
There's a lot of similarities with the run. I'll go for the 92, 93 side myself. Bridge.
I would agree with you. 92, 93 side. Excellent.
Fox.
Me too. To beat the English champions home and away was tremendous at that time because Leeds were built up to be a super team. And as they say, none of the papers in England gave us a chance, mate. And we beat them home and away. And that's one of our greatest results there, a tie for me for a long, long time. You know. Can you beat the result in Barcelona in 72, right enough?
Oh no, nothing beats that. Ox, if you were, the way I would look at that is if you were to play the two teams against one another, there would only be one winner, and that would be the 92 team, and they wouldn't have just have won it; they would have hammered our other side, no doubt about it. So for me, no, there's no comparison there. The 92 side any day of the week.
What I'm actually saying there, I'm not saying is what team would probably beat what team. I don't think it was any comparison.
No, I realise that, George. I realise that. You're talking about the actual result itself.
No, the biggest achievement for Walter Smith, I mean, I think it was a big achievement to get to UEFA Cup final, but to beat the English champions and then go in and play the French champions and things like that, I think that was a bigger achievement, even though Walter Smith did get to the final, if you know what I mean, in the 2008. I think it was still a bigger achievement just to get through the rounds and beat the teams. Again, it was a different format, but probably Walter Smith can't believe he actually got to the final with that team, considering they never really spent any money. But the kind of team he had in 92 and 93 probably deserved to get to the finals, if you know what I mean, eh?
Yeah. Well, as Rock says, we were robbed, we were cheated with Marseille, weren't we? So, okay, that was a great. I would think Walter himself would think that was a greater achievement.
But maybe from George's point is, from a management point of view, the second task might be a better job you've done because of the tools you had available.
Oh, I get that. Aye, possibly, maybe he would think that, but for me,
Aye.
I think he would have preferred beating the English champions at the time, Ox, because they were a good side, you know.
And you come, Warren. Warren, you there, mate?
Yeah, I would definitely say, sorry guys, the 92, 93, the thing is, it was the actual performance as well. We didn't rob them. We won it in merit. We went one goal behind early doors, and we played them off the park at Ibrox, and we were the better side at Leeds. So they were the big champions at the time. You know, it's like English champions, English League, and Rangers. We beat them, and beat them home and away, and we won fair and square. And I would have thought the great run to Manchester was fantastic. It was always backs to the wall. I mean, them we'd had the missions down in London, and I didn't realise we were going to get that far with a weekend booked away. And the next thing is, Rangers were in the, I think it's the quarterfinals at the game, and I went to what's that pub, the Meat Market, and went downstairs in there watching the game, and me and the missus, my band came on at half time, and they weren't exactly playing the Osmond songs, you know. It was a band that was on. My missus says, this is like the middle of Belfast, which made me laugh. But we were backs to the wall. See when that run to the UEFA Cup final, but the Leeds game, to me, I thought that was fantastic.
Aye, it's all but it's hard to judge because of eras, but I get George's point. What was it? The managerial achievement because of the tools they had. I get where he's coming from there, George.
Looking at the two teams, like you were saying there, Ox, if you had to put the two teams, there would be no comparison. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, that team that took it to the 2008 UEFA Cup final, Ox, they weren't the greatest team in the world to watch, let's be honest about it. A lot of teams say that anti-football, and we got to a final playing like that, so I would never change the way we done it. But I mean, that team, we're talking about the 92 team, Haley, McCoy, and all these guys. I mean, that's you'd put them against anybody if you're perfectly honest. I think Trevor Stephen and Gary Stephen were in that team as well. Were they still in? They were still in that team, Ox, weren't they?
No, big was playing it right back for us, but
who was?
Dave McPherson.
Oh, was it? But Trevor Stephen was in the team, was he not?
Flitting in and out, mate.
Aye, so you had guys like that who were, top international player. You'd put them in any team, so you can't compare the two teams. But I think if we were to ask Walter Smith, I think the 2008 achievement for him was probably bigger because he really got handed that team, and you've got a couple of signings to make and things like that. And football was just different, to be honest. If you're perfectly honest about it, Ox, I mean, we were coming up against the best team in England at the time, and the best team in Scotland against the best team in England. That's a final on its own, really.
And we won it. And McAllister scored that goal. I don't think anybody thought Rangers would score the next 4 goals in the tie, Bridgeman.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's who would have thought? Who would have thought? You know, it's magic listening to you guys talk about these games. You know, because my memory has never been as bad as it's been. But you know, it sort of sharpens it up a wee bit. It's great to listen to. So keep going, please. Keep going.
I've wanted to ask you before. Who did we play in the first round that year against when we played Leeds in the second? That was the second round we played in Leeds, was it not?
I think just quickly, it was Bromby. It was a Danish team, mate. The Danish champions. I think it was Bromby.
It was. You're right, Ox. It was. Just when you said it there, but I'm sure we've already spoken at that before, and I've asked that question before. It was the second round. It was Bromby in the first round. That's right. Aye.
But there was a bit of Leeds had played. I can't remember which German team. And they Stuttgart. And then Stuttgart put on a player with the 3 foreigners. Then they had to have a playoff match in Spain to see who played us.
Yeah.
I think Leeds were knocked out originally.
Yeah.
Then they played Stuttgart in a tie. Get back in, they played them in a 1-1 game and they won, and then that made us name the tie.
Who was it played in the Bernabeu or something? Ox, is that
Something
right?
like that, aye. Or the New Camp, it was in Spain from memory, George. You know, but that was the first Champions League. How it's developed. Has it been good for football, folks, the Champions League?
It started off a great idea for me, but I mean, it was us that introduced it, wasn't it? The idea of the Champions League. But the way, it's not been good for the rest of Europe, apart from the top 4 countries in Europe, mate. They have turned it into a money-making machine and took the glory of playing in it away for a lot of clubs in Europe. I think that is totally wrong when champions of whatever country, mate, have got to play sometimes 3 to 4 games to get into the competition for real, and yet you get 2nd, 3rd and 4th for the 4 top countries waltzing in there. I think that they killed it by chasing the money.
Gustav?
Totally agree with Fox. It started off, it was a great idea, but as he says, the big countries get 3 and 4 places each, and even our champions, when we are champions, we don't even get automatic qualification. That's just not right. The weird countries don't really have much of a chance in it now at all.
Can I come in on that, Ox?
Yeah, of course you can, Brad.
One of the things we have to bear in mind is they go with that coefficient number. And if we had a high enough coefficient in Scotland, if Scotland had a high enough coefficient, like to this season right now, then Rangers and Celtic would win the Champions League. And that's been going on the go for many years. You've got to have the decent coefficient, but they wanted to kill the golden goose, and they shoved Rangers down. So who's going to take their place? Who's going to get the points, the coefficient points? It ain't going to be any of the clubs in the SPFL other than them, and they're the ones that are rolling in all the money. Remember years ago, it would be like both Rangers and Celtic would get like £6 or £7 million each out of the TV money and so on and so forth. So it was well balanced. It appeared to be well balanced. Now there's no balance in it, and Rangers are going to have to do everything they can to get back in there and be the second club, which will cause a wee bit of trouble for them because they're not going to get the £30 million to themselves. So the £30 million will be split. While we weren't there, they're getting the $30 million to themselves. Sorry, I'm ranting again. Sorry, guys. That's what I feel about it anyway.
All right, what's your views, Warren, on the Champions League? Has it been good for the game, bad for the game?
I would say I don't think we're as far away as the guys are saying. I must admit, it's a money game now. We're talking back to 92, 93. This Cameron Ogilvie that brought it all up into play, and it's become a monster, and it's got out of control. That's just a fact. The other mob, we're not that far. I said on Friday, we're not that far behind. I wouldn't be pressing any panic buttons just now. If any panic buttons have been pressed, it's been their part. We're not that far behind, and the only thing I would say is, and I said on Friday, we're on their tail. So what do they do now? Do they kick on, or are they going to get the man in, the ginger guy in? Is he going to stay there? We're not that far away. We're on their case. That's the way I see it.
I think you're right, mate. I hope they did. I hope they did give him the job personally.
Aye.
George,
can I just say that there's been about 50 top-class, world-renowned managers' names they put in the hat to get the.
Aye. And there'll be 150 in a month's time. Sorry.
It's incredible. Just incredible.
Aye.
Yeah.
George, what's your view in the Champions League, mate?
I love the Champions League. Ox, I mean, don't get me wrong, I prefer for us to be in the Champions League. I'm
not just going the night's game, George, you know?
I'm saying nothing. I'm honestly saying nothing. No, I'm not getting involved in that. I can't believe you let that man down. I mean, that man is driving home for a long, hard day at work. It's raining, a couple of beers in the fridge, looking forward to it. He'll need to learn that one off, but that's fine. That's fine. What I was going to say, but I'm not one of these people that ever say I've got two teams that are kind of an English team. But I don't like any other teams. But when it gets to this stage in the Champions League, it gets exciting. I like keeping an eye on the score. I like watching the teams going through. I mean, last night I would have quite liked it to be an English final locks. But the thing for me with the Champions, I do like the Champions League and I like European football. But the thing for me with the Champions League and things like that, it's changed so much. The last 15 years, or the last 10 years, even the last 5 years, it's changed so much. I've always been one of these guys that thinks just put everybody in a pot and everybody comes out the pot and that's who you play. And if Rangers, Celtic and Man United, Man City are in the same group, they're in the same group. It's as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that bothers me, and I think it was Bridgeman said the other night there, you could probably, for the next 5 years, you could probably pick 4 of the 8 teams that's got to be in the quarters and the semi-finals. And that's the only thing that gets me. I think it's just everybody in the pot. You play who you play, and it's as simple as that. If Real Madrid play Barcelona in the first round, that's who it is. And I can't people want to see them in the final. Well, the thing is, it's the Champions League. You've got to play these teams eventually. So I think it'd be better for that. I mean, I think Ajax has just been absolutely fantastic for the Champions League this year. So I like the Champions League option.
All right. I don't know who's doing the digging. You might not realise when some of the noise comes through, or his mates are sensitive. Well,
I know.
There's a lot of money involved. I think the trouble is it's maybe too much money, and all the money's going out the game. It's not necessarily good for the game. It might be good for the players, Fox.
I'm like George. I'm rooting for Ajax, mate. It's been a long time, and they produce quality players every second year, mate. That team. And as soon as they produce a talent, it's gone. Very, very hard for them to do well in Europe. And this year's been a real treat to watch them. A squad of young boys, mostly, and they're playing out their skin and still having a good chance of making the final. I hope they go all the way.
Is it not? Would you not say that the Champions League is, shall we say, putting on display some of the best players that have played football in the world? They're just fantastic. Some of these teams are just wonderful to watch. That wee Messi tonight, just and I just watch him. I just love watching him. Great player.
Bridge?
I can't tell you that. But he did play well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Can
I just say? I mean, see, watching that game tonight. I mean, I'm no great Liverpool fan or anything. My first hope was I want Man City to win it, and then I wanted Spurs to win it, and then I was wanting Liverpool to win the night. And see, for 60 minutes, Liverpool were the better side. And the only thing is, they were a wee bit like Rangers going back to, see, a couple of years ago, in these lower divisions, all the great fancy football up to the box. Liverpool, I don't need a shot and goal. And Barcelona up the park twice, bang, 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 and that's it. And the game's finished. And it's a kind of perverse way of looking at it, but I thought, we've watched Rangers that many times in the lower divisions. We're under Warburton. We were brilliant, and we never actually shot at goal, and Morton would go up the park and bloody score.
We got to take
Warren, can you tell us how many bangs that was, Warren?
I've just
scrubbed
the recording there, mate. Just scrubbed off the recording.
Quite right. I know I'm talking nonsense as usual. But my heart's on my sleeve, boys. My heart's on my sleeve. But no, I thought, see the night at Liverpool, I thought that was terrible. I'm away from nothing. Out of that with nothing. That was shocking.
They missed a barrel load. Liverpool.
Anyway, we'll be back in the Champions League 2020-21, and it'll be really interesting to see the trips we make and how they go in it. But
do you think that there'll never be another Scottish team in a final in Europe? Do you think it's getting that hard now? The gap's just going to increase. We get a pittance for winning our league. There's no money in it, which is eventually going to curtail the quality we can buy.
I'm going to say no, Fox. And I'll tell you what it's based on, and I'll take it around the panel quickly. It's based on the Ajax result.
Correct.
There's always going to be the odd team that just does something that's remarkable, and the Ajax could have played. They're not in the final yet, but they've knocked out Juventus, Real Madrid, and potentially a good English team, you know. So, no, because you're always going to get the odd float. Leicester winning the league, you know. Bridgeman and then Blue Star.
What can you say? You know, well, watching that tonight, and you saw some of the finest players that have around in Europe, and I thought the boy at the centre half.
Ask the question: will a Scottish team ever in the final?
No, I should have said that. I doubt very much if the Scottish team's going to get there. I doubt it.
Blue Star.
Yeah, I think there will be. Everything goes in cycles, and every now and again, as you say, you look at Ajax. They've brought through their own players yet again. They went for a long time there. They weren't producing money at all. Every so often, a team can get there. Of course, they can.
What, a Scottish team?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
It might take a long time. I don't say it's going to happen next year, but you never know. George, then Warren.
I think it will happen again. I mean, what you were saying there about I think it was 92. I think the last time they were in a final or won it or something, whatever it was. So I think it'll come back round again. Auction things will definitely happen. I think maybe take for Sky to put a bit of money in it. Maybe take just one of these fluky results like Leicester, but probably people would have never said that lot, and us would have been in a UEFA Cup final in the space of 5 or 7 years, whatever it was, between each other. So, and that happened. So I think it will happen again. Oxford really do.
Ox, 4 years' time, we're under 17s will do it. You never know.
Here, mate. Here. What were your own thoughts, Fox?
I don't see it happening again, mate.
All right, ever's a long time, mate.
Unless
there's any chances,
unless they change the format where the Cup Winners' Cup, mate, is changed into something else where something along the lines. But the way it stands now, no.
But you, Warren, what's your thinking?
Well, I've got to say, after 2003 and Aberdeen, I thought it would never happen again. And then there was one night, I was in Paisley, and I heard the roar going down the street when Nacho Novo's penalty went in, and I thought, Jesus wept. It can happen again. It can happen again. It goes in cycles. It could be 10, 15 years. It might happen again. And it'll be the Rangers up there.
Yeah.
I hope that I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope that somewhere along the line we get some really good chance to get some of the money that's going around in the English league, you know, from Sky or whomever, because we're not getting any peanuts we're getting compared to what we're getting in England.
Things can change. Things can change.
I know,
you don't know. You don't know.
For instance, I know there's a whole load of Rangers fans and loads in my family as well. They would jump at the chance to get in the English leagues. So they might have to battle their way through there, but they would probably get better rewards financially all the way through that than struggling away up here, you know.
It's that time in the evening, mate. I can't
goodness, look at the time. Oh, what can I say? It's a marvellous night again. Great discussions, wonderful discussions, and a great commentary from Blue Star on the game. Absolutely fantastic. Can I just say, really and truly, to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers still need us, big style. Keep it going.
Here.
Can I thank Warren for phoning in, Stardog, of course, George Logan, the one and only Denver Bear, Fox, Bridge, and Blue Star. Blue Star will begin reports out in the soap operas tomorrow night, just to keep everybody on date. And they'll be putting a spoiler out on Friday night, telling you who's H in the Call of Duty, Line of Duty, whatever it's called. Anyway, take it away, Fox.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers lift the European Cup, when we won the happy four, we'll rally round at Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Mine. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score.